Step right up, hurry, hurry, before the show begins. My friends, stand in line, get your tickets. I hope you will attain. It'll only cost you 50 cents to see what life has done to those like you and me. See the man with the broken heart, you'll see that he is sad. He hurts so bad, so bad, so bad. See the girl who has lost the only love she ever had. There's got to be no sadder show to see. No doubt about it, satisfaction's guaranteed. So let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. Let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. See the man who's been crying for a million years. So many tears, so many tears. See the girl who's collected broken hearts for souvenirs. It's more exciting than a one-man band. The saddest little show in all the land. So let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. Let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. So let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. Let the sideshow begin. Step right on in. Step right on in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Session 3 of the Global Black Feminist Reading Circle. My name is Randie Henderson, and I am one of the Black Feminist Reading Circle members of this online group. This session runs from January 20th until June 2nd and includes 2 week-long breaks. Our democratically selected reading material is Harriet A. Washington's book, Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to the Present. Our book group meets each Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 8 on the Google Plus Hangouts on Air platform. You may find the Global Black Feminist Reader Circle on Google Plus, YouTube, and Facebook, and always feel free to join us in reading our story together. Hello, everyone. Tonight I am moderating Chapter 3. I am Randie, and I'm watching from Atlanta, Georgia, and I hope my lights and everything stay on for everybody. We should be okay, though. And I guess we can start with Michelle.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michelle Odom. I am one of the co-hosts of the Global Black Feminist Reading Circle. Welcome to Session 3. meeting 4. We're reading Harriet A. Washington's Medical Apartheid, and it's been a very enlightening book. There's still plenty of time to join in if you would like to. I am watching tonight from Brooklyn, New York. Georgette?
Hello, everyone. My name is Georgette Moses. I'm watching from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm glad to see everybody made it despite weather and other circumstances. So looking forward to tonight.
I'm Joel JJ from Charleston. Glad to be here. I don't have much to say because I don't count much. I'm a man.
When you get off it.
Joel, you matter. Hi, my name is Venita Walker. I'm joining you from Connecticut. Welcome. Happy to see everyone here.
Hi, I'm Kim, and I'm also in Brooklyn, and I'm happy to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Y'all know this week is my week, and so after I do the summary, I put people's names by the passages to make it flow a little more easily, because I know that we've been having technical difficulties and we've been going in and out. So like Georgette does the first question, reads the first passage and the first question, and then anybody who wants to give an answer to that question too, and then Michelle reads the second one, and then she also answers the second question, so that we're not all trying to see who's going to answer it first. The person who reads it basically answers first. Chapter 3, Circus Africanus, takes us on a journey of black bodies put on display, violated, mocked, and other egregious crimes, all in the name of profit. So also this chapter is Circus Africanus, the popular display of black bodies. So in this chapter, Harriet Washington discusses the horrific life of widower Oda Binga, put on display at the New York Zoological Gardens, Henry Moss, a black man who sought to profit off his skin's color change, but was acquired by Dr. Charles Caldwell and never did a show of his own again. Harriet Washington also discussed Sark K. Bartman, how she was paraded around multiple countries, raped, and only given a portion, if any, of the money her captors made off her body. And lastly, in this chapter, we learned of Joice Heth, said to be 161 years old, the anonymous wild men, Calvin Bird, Zip, Blind Tom, Thomas Bethune, and the performances of P.T. Barnum, who began his career by performing in blackface, but capitalized on his career by the exploitation of black people with vitiligo. This chapter was most troubling, but highlighted the fact that white people profited off of black bodies even without scientific reasons. This chapter shows us all how deep, dangerous, and peculiar white fetishes are, but it also highlights names we are not taught about and helps us better understand the iatrophobia Harriet used Africans of the diaspora and African Americans face when they have the option to seek professional medical help. Dissecting history. Joice Heath was the superannuated mammy of former President George Washington, who had died in 1799 but had already achieved political deity. Claim that Heath had been Washington's nurse entailed an even more incredible assertion. Barnum swore that she was 161 years old, and many believed this. For Heath was skeletal, both legs and one arm were paralyzed, and her leathery skin was very deeply wrinkled. Her eyes were gone, the legacy of some unknown ailment. She was toothless, and her uncut, horny nails curved like talons. I'll also read the second description. Barnum described how he had compelled Heath to masquerade as Washington's old nurse. I soon got Joice into training, and from a devil of magnet converted into a most docile creature, as willing to do my bidding as the slave of the lamp was to obey Aladdin. I discovered her weak point, whiskey. Her old master, of course, would indulge an old bedridden creature in no such luxury, and for a drop of it, I found I could mold her to anything. Among other things, Barnum related using her whiskey addiction to inebriate her so that he could pull her teeth to make her look older.
Okay.
Okay, so wow was all I could say after reading this passage. The use of Joice Heath's age and how she wore it was capitalized on. She could not just be a black woman who endured life in the U.S. She had to have also nursed George Washington. What were your thoughts when reading this? And the second question with that was, um, here we have another woman exploited and in captivity to a white man who had an affinity for alcohol. Can you blame them? Did you notice a pattern while reading this chapter concerning what our people needed in order to endure? Do you notice similarities from then to now? For example, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, etc. So her story really affected me only because I really loved elders and grandmothers and older women, and so I was very upset by how her body and her longevity of life had been used because she looked old. I don't know. That really bothered me, and so that's what I was thinking during the first. Why I was just like, wow. And then for the second question, I was not surprised. Um, Affinity for alcohol. My dad is an alcoholic, and my grandfather is a functional alcoholic. And so I have seen firsthand, more than I wanted to, why people depend on alcohol and what it does for them, how it makes you forget, or you can be somebody you wouldn't normally be. Your inhibitions are low. So I just see, it gives you liquid courage as people know who drink or who know people who drink. And so I thought that was also, I thought that was interesting. I did notice similarities from then to now, which is why I put the question in. Whitney Houston was addicted to drugs. As a Leo, we don't like to say that we're addicted to anything, because that implies that it has control over us, and that was her problem. I've seen a lot of her interviews where she just refused to admit she was addicted, and it was just a bad habit, and she could quit whenever. And Michael Jackson really wanted to sleep, and he told the world that he had vitiligo. Some believe that he changed his skin color because of anti-black thoughts. We really will never know. And he wanted to sleep so bad that he overdosed, or he was given medicine that didn't help him. It killed him. So it really just made me think of how we really tend to go crazy, or we'll just put up with anything if you're hooked on the right thing. I don't know. It was. Her story was very difficult for me to read about.
I think what was so painful to me was that even after death, after they got through using these people in life to get money, money's always the bottom line. Then they dissect them and pay, charge admission for who in their right mind is going to come, and watch somebody get cut open in public, okay? And so then that correlates to Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson. They're dead, right? And still we are, or the industry and the public, they can't let them rest. They can't let them, they're still dissecting them and using them and get money, It's just madness.
I think for me, the fact that here in Brooklyn, that the Ringling Brothers and Ronald Daly Circus is down the block, is pissing me off.
Yeah.
The fact that the circus
Now you
is
got
right down the
history.
block. Want to have a banner outside that says, remember these people.
Yeah.
I'll probably be the only one out there.
Oh, I'll join you. I'll join you, Kim.
Oh,
Because
I thank you. I think the other thing is I'm just softening with the level of addiction because my family, one of us, I'm not mentioning any names, owns a liquor store, and he can tell you the progression of how people look when they first start coming in the store, and over time they go from buying the top shelf stuff to buying the low grade stuff, and what that does to their features and their body. And at the same time, there's so much marketing, and alcohol is in our songs. It's on the television. It's like, we're being marketed to. It's the same thing for me. Right now, I feel like it's exactly the same in terms of we need to make money off your body, whether it's healthy for your body or not. So I don't know. I just when I hear all of these songs, if I hear one more song about bottoms up or any of these things, it just makes me feel like we didn't get it the first time around, and maybe the third time around we'll get it. But at the same time, I no longer feel anything but compassion for people who are addicted. I myself am addicted, so it's just like any type of addiction you have, I definitely get it. If you survived, what happens to your parents and your grandparents, and those are the people who raised you. I get it, and I do feel bad that this woman was probably starved and really treated badly to get her body to look so old. So I don't know. I could go on, but I'll stop there.
yeah, I was thinking similar things about the circus, especially reading that P.T. Barnum story, and I used to take my son to the Bronx Zoo. I had never heard of Oda Benga during the years when I was taking him to the zoo. But I wonder if it would make any difference to us if while we were young people we knew some of these things. If I knew about Oda Benga, would I have been excited about taking my son to the Bronx Zoo? If I knew P.T. Barnum's history, would I have been excited about going to the circus? We just celebrated President's Day this week, and but what do most of us really know about the history of those presidents where Black people are concerned? Really not that much. But if we knew, and if we knew at the right age, would it change how we move through the world? I don't know. The alcohol, the drug addiction, I just want to say again, it's a coping mechanism. But we have to stop coping and start exerting our own agency. Going through life, I'm one of those teetotaler, social kind of drinkers. And so I know that going through life not high, it's painful. It's painful when you have to be in touch with everything that's happening around you. But I think that's where we have to try to resist. And it's not just Black people. What you were saying, Kim, about everything being exactly the same. Profiters oppressors, the people that benefit from our mindlessness, they want all of us, not just black people. They want all of us to be drugged out of our minds and just stay out of their way. Just do whatever they say, give them our money, and don't cause them any problems. And so, you have to be high to go along with that program. So, it's all being done very intentionally, but we have to recognize our own power to resist. Or as Nancy Reagan, a woman I never thought I'd quote, would say, just say no.
Can I just say one thing? I find that it's different in that when you go into the liquor business, you see things that say Nicki Minaj has alcohol, Jay-Z has a brand of alcohol, Wendy Williams has alcohol, and so all of a sudden you marry that with this is success, and all the drinks now are very sweet and laced with sugar, so you don't even taste like a scotch or anything like that. It tastes like you're drinking those little ices.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're getting kids addicted younger and younger, and I think that because it's mixed in with hip hop, it kind of says to young black kids, we're gonna get you sooner rather than later, and then that also leads into the prison population, and then all of a sudden we got you in a prison bed too. So. I agree that they want to get money wherever they can get it from, but I remember somebody saying to me that there's a saying that there's gold in the ghetto, that there's so much money to be made in the ghetto, and so I think that that's something that, I love what you said earlier, Michelle, that's something where we have to kind of start pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps and not be so gullible to everything that comes along.
Yeah.
I don't even know if gullible is the right word. That sounds a little judgmental, but to not be...
It works.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make it right. So